All right, this is the trophy match. We're gonna keep this. See what he does. If he leads on like Swamp, Attune. I don't really have an Amalgam, so I'm kind of tempted to lead on Crypt Breaker. If I had an Amalgam or a Hollowed one, I think I would lead on Neonate. But this will force a Ballista or a Fatal Push if he has it. Actually, what I should have done was played a Swamp. Because then he'd think I'm on zombies, perhaps? Long Tusk Cub. Okay, this could be a beatdown. I think actually I'm supposed to just take my turn off. Let's kill the Long Tusk Cub, because it just buys me so much time. Hopefully he doesn't have a Whirler Virtuoso, but if he does, you know, hopefully I can draw an Amalgam or a Scrounger or something to get started. Or a Hollow one. Really wish I was on the play this game. But that's kind of how it goes. I guess I could have tried to block with the Neonate. It's not really that bad of a play. It's possible we can just take the game over with Crypt Breaker, though. Ooh, Cathartic Reunion. Yeah, let's run it. In this deck, it's not like the zombie deck where you want to just go for the Crypt Breaker. Like, I really want to draw into action. And I really want to draw into an Amalgam because I have the Haunted Dead already. I guess I attack with the Neonate. This play leads me right into a Glorybringer if he has it, but I really can't play around it. I didn't have the Lightning Axe already, and if I wait till the next turn, like, I just waste so much mana. Like, virtual mana, too, because the Hollow one is, like, kind of like mana. Yep, it's Glorybringer. Yep. Alright, I mean, it looks bad, but I can't really do anything about that. Still looking to draw into a Prized Amalgam. It's another Hollow one. Kind of gross. So I guess I want to get that into play. What happens with this deck, though? If you don't draw the Amalgams or the Scroungers, you know, and you're like discarding all this, using all this resource, it's not going to end that great for you. Hopefully we draw Fiery Temper. Oh, wow. That was the perfect draw. I guess Amalgam is good, too. If he's got another Glorybringer, we are so done. These decks play 4 now, so, or 4 or some similar number. 2 Cubs. So, do I leave my guys back? I guess I leave my guys back. The Cubs are just going to kill me so quick. A Braid? Chandra. Yeah, that's likely game. So really that much I can do. I can kill the Chandra. But I don't think it really matters, honestly. There's like no way I get out of this. I lose the Crypt Breaker. Yeah, let's just scoop. If I cycle that, there's nothing I can draw into with only 1 mana. Alright, so we want Disintegration, Disintegration, Cut. I don't want Kenra. I can cut a Neonate. I don't love Scrounger in this matchup, and I don't love Hollow One because they have Chandra, they have Glorybringer, and they have a Braids sometimes, and like Lightning Harness Lightning. So they have lots of ways of dealing with them. It's possible I want 0, which allows me to board in like my own Chandras, and I think Scorpion God is actually good. Mindbender might be good, but it's a lot worse when I'm siding out Hollowed Ones. I think I'd rather just have another Chandra, honestly. Collective Brutality could be okay. It does maybe kill Rogue Refiner / Servant. And I don't know if I want that many Chandras, because if I fall behind, it's not great. I think Mindbender's okay, but the problem is, like, me sticking a creature is hard. If I already have an Amalgam Haunted Dead going, I'm in really good shape against them, so I don't think I need the Mindbender. So, yeah, I like 1 Brutality instead of a 3rd Chandra. Like, I'm boarding in Scorpion God already. I have a lot of expensive cards. 6-lander, no thank you. I mean, this hand is not great, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to top it. It has the resources I need. Like, it has Haunted Dead plus Amalgam. If he doesn't ever play a creature, it's awkward, but normally he'll start on turn 2 with a creature, and I have a few turns to draw a land in case I miss. Really need a land here. Okay, that's fine. And really hoping that he plays a 2-drop. If he doesn't play a 2-drop, then our hand's a lot slower. But we draw another land. Okay. It's working out pretty good. I can sort of eggs meat basket if he plays a Rogue Refiner or a Virtuoso here. And I do have the cut ribbons. Oh, he's just going to play nothing. Well, this actually isn't so bad if I can manage to draw another land here. We draw a Scrounger. That's fine. He might be sitting on, like, Magma Spray. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. But I'm hoping that he's sitting on, like, an Abrade or something. If he has a Chandra, it's actually not that bad for me because I have the Fiery Temper. Blistering Hydra actually doesn't really... I just Lightning Axe it. And then I can Fiery Temper next turn something, potentially. If he plays a Glorybringer, I have the cut ribbons, so I'm not really too worried about it. Slow start, but this is very similar to the green-black deck, that once you get the... Once you present your, like, Haunted Dead Amalgam package, it's really hard for them to deal with it. Like, they have Virtuoso, I think is their best way. He's got another one? It's kind of unfortunate because it makes my Chandra a lot worse. Kind of sad I couldn't punish his draw, but I've got a decent amount of burn. I guess I hold the cut in my hand. Really is a shame I can't attack with, like, my guys, because the Hydra's really strong. Really hoping for a land. If I can draw a land, then I can just start Start protecting my Chandra. Okay. So, question is, what do I attack with? Do I attack with Spirit? Do I attack with everything? If I attack with everything, he blocks probably the Scrounger because I have nothing in my graveyard and takes 6. I think I like just attacking with the Spirit. Like, Spirit is the most enticing creature I want to block with, but I also want to pressure his life total a tiny bit. And if he's got a Glorybringer, he can't even kill the Chandra. I think he might actually have a Glorybringer, but no lands for it. And I have the cut ribbons to kind of deal with it, too. And if he wants to make a play with the Bristling Hydra at the Chandra, then my attacks get a lot better. Because I can cut most of the creatures he can play. Looks like it's going to be a Glorybringer. Oh, it's a Skyship. So, he's going to kill the Scrounger. Is he going to attack the Chandra? Yeah, I don't think he can. Hopefully we draw something nice. A Neonate. It's not awful. Kind of an evasive threat here. Now I don't mind losing the Amalgam because I can then sack the Neonate and use the Neonate as fodder in order to return the Scrounger. So let's see. I attack with everything. He probably blocks the Amalgam. He takes 3. Alright, so let's just plus this and see what happens. Very likely just going upstairs with it. He's at 9. Yeah, I don't like leaving... Like, the Skyship just kills the Chandra straight up, so I like attacking him and trying to burn him out. And he doesn't have great blocks, because no matter what he blocks, he might block the Hunted Dead. I actually actively want him to block the Amalgam, though, because it's just going to come back no matter what. He's got a pump. Man, I can't believe I lost... Well, I haven't lost yet, but the Hydra draw is, like, really, really bizarre. So now what we do is we play the Neonate, and I think what we do is we don't sack it. Because if we do, then he's got a clear line to just... he's got a clear line to kill the Chandra without animating the Sky Sovereign. And he's at 6, and I have the cut ribbons. So I feel reasonable about my spot. Because the Chandra is something he has to try to deal with. I'm going to have the Amalgam and the Scrounger back. And the cut's going to be in my graveyard, too. So, I think he's going to try to play a creature. And then he's going to attack Chandra with the Sky Sovereign. I was hoping he didn't have 2 spells, but looks like he might. But he's going to be, like, pretty close to dead from this cut for the rest of the game. I think Rogue Refiner, maybe? Oh, Virtuoso? No. Yep. That's the card. That's brutal. So now, what can I even do? I can't even draw a Lightning Axe. I could try to draw Disintegration. But then he doesn't have to attack the Chandra. So I think I just leave it be. Oh, he's going to kill the Haunted Dead? Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I guess I can just draw Fiery Tempers to win. I guess I should do this before damage, though. Actually, I don't even have to do this anymore. Because I can exile the Haunted Dead to return the Scrounger. And that represents what? That represents... You can block both. Then he can go to 4 life, and he's not even necessarily dead to Fiery Temper. But I think I should, because if I draw Disintegration, it's just so sick. And I can't do it before combat because he can attack with this instead. But I do have the cut now, which means we are threatening to potentially burn him out. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough with that Virtuoso. But I can't complain too much. Like, I knew that a Virtuoso was going to beat me probably this game. Just have to draw Fiery Tempers. I guess I could draw Disintegration. I have 2 Disintegrations in the deck. There's the first Fiery Temper, which is pretty nice. The question is, do I go upstairs, or do I try to kill Whirler Virtuoso now? I think I go upstairs, because then if I draw any land, I can just cut him. So yeah, I mean, there's the Temper. It makes sense, because now like any land kills him, assuming he doesn't gain life, which I don't think they normally have that kind of capability. Another Virtuoso. It's actually kind of like dead, honestly. I guess it's fine because it gives him 2 bodies or whatever, but yeah, I suppose it's fine because he needs enough things so he can block all these spirits, because every spirit is lethal essentially with the Fiery Temper. See how he attacks though. If he attacks with everything, then it's possible I can Mize a win. I think he's got to just attack with Skyship though, because he's got to be afraid of like another Amalgam or something like Fiery Temper, obviously. Like, really makes him want to be conservative. If he doesn't kill the spirit, I'm just going to block with it. I think. Well, let's think about this. I'm going to have 2 spirits. I'm going to have 2 spirits. And 2 ground attackers. Plus the Scrounger, I suppose. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 ground creatures, which he has 3 ground blockers. So that's like a wash. I think I just block. I think the 6 life is worth it. I'm trying to think of what I can draw. Like, I obviously want to draw a land. If I draw Disintegration, I still win. If I draw Chandra, yeah, we just block. Because I'm not even guaranteed to die next turn if I make this block. Well, I actually don't get the Scrounger back also, because I'm going to be discarding the Temper. God, the Hydra into Hydra was so bizarre. I just had nothing, and he had no removal either. Very weird game. Alright, so it's just going to come down to whether we can draw a land this turn. I might be able to survive if I don't draw a land. Especially if I draw like something that can block. But I would just like to draw an untapped land, and I do. Very nicely done. When I went on the Fire Temper You Out plan, I forgot that the cut plus the Fire Temper was Xaxes. And we got there. Wow. Very weird draw. I mean, my draw was kind of... I'm not going to say it was forced as much as it was like... I had the Lightning Axe and I couldn't get going until he played a creature. And he just never played a creature. And then he played 2 Hexproof guys. I wonder if Scorpion God is likely going to be too slow on the draw. And I want like a Collective Brutality. Maybe I want the Neonate back. Chandra seemed like it was really good. I mean, especially if he's got a really reactive draw. It's not that great against Bristling Hydra, which is kind of unfortunate. And I don't love Collective Brutality because it actually... He hasn't played Rogue Refiner against me. It's possible he sided it out. Or, like, has a bunch of Virtuosos with not as many of those. Scorpion God is just going to be really hard for him to deal with. He does have Virtuoso, but it does a pretty good job at keeping pace with Virtuoso. Mind Bender seems like it would be really good if I ever actually could get it, but like on the draw, it's going to be kind of tough. I sided out all the hollow ones and the Kenras, so it's just not like that reasonable. This is more just for control or ramp. It's not like a natural fit in this deck, especially because I can't hardcast the amalgams. Really want to bring home this trophy. It's been a while since I trophied on my recorded league. Chandra might just be good enough because the Hydras though. The Hydras make me really scared. If he's got a Hydra draw, then it doesn't actually contribute much. So maybe I just leave it exactly the same. Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, it's possible I even want one more Neonate, but it's a lot worse without the hollowed ones, and he's got Whirler Virtuosos, and it's going to be a mulligan. No second land. Hand would be fine if I had a second land. Just doesn't exist. Okay. Alright. We've got the draw that you always want. A tune. Okay, if he's got a tune into Cub, though, could be scary. Even a tune into Servant might even be more scary, because that's threatening like a Hydra, potentially. If this draw was on the play, or if I had hollow ones in my deck, I'd feel a bit better. But if I draw another land, then I can start doing good work. Oh, he's got an Attune? I like this. This actually allows me to not pop the Neonate right away if I don't want to. Gets me at least a few damage with the Neonate in. Another Neonate. Okay, attack. I could Reunion. Try to hit another Haunted Dead. Or land for my Fiery Temper, assuming he's going to go Virtuoso or Rogue Refiner next turn. It puts a lot slower clock on him, but if he's got a Virtuoso, my clock is slowed down anyway, so let's think. Like, what do I do here? End of turn, I pitch the Haunted Dead. Yeah, I think we just Reunion, actually. I'm pretty confident it's right. Because we can draw another Amalgam. Or I can Fiery Temper his next play. Potentially. We kind of bricked. Like, none of the cards we drew actually do that much. Let's see if he's got a Rogue Refiner or a Virtuoso. It's a Rogue Refiner. Okay. Hoping for the land. I think the land would be ideal. I can also sack the Neonate, potentially. Do I dare wait one more turn? Thing is, I don't need to sack the Nina anymore, and it actually is decent pressure. Once I pitch my hand, it's kind of helping me out a little bit. All right, let's start off with... I don't think I'm going to be blocking this turn. So let's attack. And I suppose I can just Brutality with Kicker. I could play the Neonate and the Crypt Breaker, though, which I don't hate. But I think what I'm going to do is just kill that guy and... Oh, man. The Duress might just miss. But I think I will Duress him. It's just potential. Like, his spells are all cheap and can get him tempo back later. I don't really care for this extra Neonate that much. Though extra cards in hand mean more Haunted Deads. What does this deck normally play? Like, the only card I'm really afraid of is Magma Spray, and we didn't see it last game. Like, what did the PTQ winning deck play? It has Negates, it's got a Braid, Magma Spray, Harness Lightning. Cards that all seem like they might not be in his deck. The only card I can think of is maybe Radiant Flames, but that's not even that good against my draw. Just gonna Duress though. It's pretty. He might just not have a spell. This is might be really foolish. But if I hit anything, it's pretty solid. Just getting a removal spell out of his hand. Okay, so he has a Virtuoso, which is pretty good. What's better, a Braid or Harness Lightning? I guess the Lightning gives him more energy. So we got Chandra, Glorybringer, Virtuoso. Virtuoso. A Braid, Lightning. So the Chandra could come down this turn if he draws a land, but he has to draw a mountain, which is not that likely. It's much more likely going to be the Virtuoso, which means I do get to Fiery Temperate. So hopefully we peel Scrounger or Amalgam. Okay, we did do one of those things. Nice. It's always good to... Virtuoso is going to make 3 1/1s, though. His hand is pretty clunky, which is helpful. Oh, he didn't make any? Didn't even make 1? Maybe he drew another Virtuoso. That would be pretty good, honestly. Have Scrounger, which helps me fight through the Virtuoso. Have Neonate, which I'm just, like, obviously not sacking ever until I have a reason to. I feel like he has another Virtuoso. There's, like, 0% chance that he would not make any tokens. Okay. If that's his play, I love my spot. He still doesn't have a second red for his Glorybringer or Chandra. And every turn, the pressure is kind of mounting. Like, every turn he's at less and less. Because he has all these Harness Lightnings, I doubt that he's got Radiant Flame. So I'm just going to hard cast the Haunted Dead. Kind of a bizarre game. I guess he kept a 1-land hand with 2 attunes. Not that the Harness Lightning would have even been good on turn 2, but... If he had Radiant Flames, he would have used it last turn, so we just play the Haunted Dead out. think it's better. This gets me 4 lands in play, so I have Scrounger and Haunted Dead up next turn. It's going to be really hard for him to win. He needs if he draws a Virtuoso, though, like every other draw in his deck is bad, assuming there's no Radiant Flames. And even the Radiant Flames is like kind of medium. Everything comes back next turn. He's got a tracker after playing a land. Okay. He's just kind of on autopilot, I think. I think maybe he missed the fact that he could make Virtuoso tokens. Do another Scrounger. It's one of my best draws. I can pitch that to the Neonate to draw a card, but it's the same as before, where the Neonate's actually a real threat. So how much fodder do I have? I've got the Neonate and a Crypt Breaker in the graveyard, so I think what I'm supposed to do is just not play the Scrounger. That way, end of turn, I can return Haunted Dead. And if he does draw something like Radiant Flames, then we still just have lethal. I guess we had it anyway, but it's like not as big of a blowout. So we return these. We return this. But yeah, when they don't have a great draw, I mean, the Virtuoso, I kind of wish that he had made 2 tokens or whatever, because the game would be a lot closer, but I couldn't imagine, even if he made 3 tokens. Wow, 16 chests. That's a good one. Even if he made 3 tokens, like, I think the 2 Scroungers are just, they don't line up that well against 2 Scroungers, and he would have been mana screwed still, so. Anyway, wow, that worked out great. Thanks for watching all the matches if you made it this far.